This is a set of blocks that I've made for building your own Soma Cube puzzle. And the Soma Cube involves 7 different parts made with either 3 or 4 blocks, and they assemble with practice into this cube. And so the first thing we wanted, I've got the various parts laid out here, and rather than using individual blocks, I've combined blocks into 2 and 3 unit sections. The first thing you have to do is you have to take off all these little fuzzy things off these blocks so that they can be successfully glued together. So you have to do this to each of them. All of the little fuzz will stop them from getting a good glue joint. So that's the way I do it. I can just drag it on this sanding block, and it's easier to do it this way than to try to do like that. So when I get everything sanded, I'll show you how I glue it together. I will try, with my sanding complete, I'll try to put my blocks together just as they're shown in the diagram here. And so I'll try to duplicate that state. And you can see that I've done that. Now, rather than get this glued down to my workbench, I'm going to set it down to where it will dry. And so I'll keep, with that first one done there, I can go on to my next one. I'm going to try to duplicate exactly what I see there. So this one will go like that, just as in the drawing. So I'm going to put some glue on there and push those 2 pieces together like that. I'm not going to leave them in that position very long because I don't want to stick them to the workbench. And I'll do one just the opposite of that, which will go like this and like that. This is the opposite. So I'll do the same thing. And if I follow this diagram closely, and so this project requires a thing called spatial sense. And spatial sense involves the ability to interpret objects. And so I'm going to take this, I want to create this one here in the middle. So I got a piece like that, and a piece like this, and then a piece like that. And that should create this object. So I'm just doing what I see and trying to utilize my spatial sense. I'm also using my finger sense here to make sure that all the edges are lined up, because if they're not lined up, I'm going to have I could possibly have a puzzle piece that wouldn't fit. And that is not what I want. I want everything to go together just right. Now you can do this same thing using different colors of hardwoods, which makes a very attractive puzzle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 puzzle pieces. Now this one just requires a little bit of glue there, and then one of these blocks glued on there, because this is your basic L-shaped block. And so I'm using my fingers to sense to make sure that everything is lined up. And when see, it goes like this in the drawing, but I'm going to set it up this way so that the glue will dry. Now this piece just simply has a piece glued in the middle. And to make sure it is actually glued in the middle, I'm going to test it like this with another block. Because if that were offset one way or the other, it wouldn't be the perfect puzzle piece. And now that I've got it in position, I'm going to go like that. And now This will be my last piece that I assemble, and they go like that. Now again, I want to find out some way to test and make sure that these spaces are even. So I'm going to take this first block that I glued up, I'm going to check it like that. Okay, so now those puzzle pieces are ready to build a Soma puzzle cube, but I'm going to want the glue to dry before I mess with them.